you a painting or home service business that uses Pipedrive for your CRM system? Well, in this video, I want to show you how you can create a custom button inside Pipedrive that can initiate or kick off any automation that you want. It's called Ply. It's a really awesome tool. It just came out a few months ago, and this is something that is going to be a massive time savers for people that use Pipedrive in your business. So if that's of interest, stick around. That's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Chris. I'm the owner of Boolean. We're an automation company that is focused on the home service and in particular the painting industry. So if you're a residential or commercial painter, everything on my channel is going to be gold for you. I was marketing director for 3 years at a painting company and built out a ton of automations. And now this is what me and my team do full time. We've got developers on staff, so we can do basic no code stuff in Zapier or Make. And we can also do custom projects using APIs directly with software. But our primary mission here at Boolean is to free you and your people up from the mundane, boring tasks so that you guys can do what you love. So let's get into this, how to create a button inside of Pipedrive using a tool called Ply. And in this example, I'm going to be showing you how we can easily create deals structured in the specific format that you want and copy over all the contact information from contacts directly into those newly created deals. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm here in Pipedrive, and what I want to dive into is how you can easily standardize the information that is present in a new deal. I want to show a couple things here really quick, but first of all, when you are having your team make a new deal for a contact, common problem that I see is that when you click this, the information that needs to be transferred from the contact into this field is, first of all, it's not structured in an intelligent way all the time. And on top of that, a big problem that I've seen for painting companies in particular is that your deals should have, if I click into this deal here, you do want the address, like the job site address, city, state, and zip, to be fields that are properties inside that deal object. A lot of times, a big source of pain for companies is that the address field is associated with the contact. But as we all know, the contact is not always the same address information as the project. And then on top of that, if the contact ever moves and you want to go look historically at the project, it would be nice to know that the job site address and the contact information of that particular project separate from the contact. But I would say the number one reason people don't do this is because they look at this as this is just 7 more fields that we have to copy and paste into the deal. And what I want to show you is a super slick way to create the deal and move all of the contact information from the contact into the deal in one click. And we're going to do that using a really slick tool called Ply. And what Ply does is it allows you to create a button inside of Pipedrive that you'll just be able to click to generate a new deal. So we're going to walk through that right now. I jump into Ply, click on this add-ons feature. I'm going to select Pipedrive, and then I'm going to connect it to my account. So I go in and select, yes, I want to allow access, allow and install. And it'll take just a second to authenticate here. And then once we're in here, we'll hit save, and then it's going to take us over to, or ask us, where do we want this button to be created? So I'm going to say we want this in the contact. So I go to Pipedrive, and now it's going to open up Pipedrive. We log into our account, and we're going to navigate to a contact so we can click where we want this button to be. So I'm going to say, okay, we navigate to a contact record, and I select this record. And now right here, this little button, I can click this, and it's saying, it's going to ask me, what do you want this to do? So we are going to have it be a new deal. So I like using like a briefcase or something. So maybe a plus sign in the briefcase to indicate we're adding a new deal here. And we can change the color to whatever we want. So I click Save and Open Builder. And now what this is going to do, and this is the part that's so cool with Ply, is that you can select, because it knows which contact I'm in, because I'm in the Gabrielle Webb contact, I will be able to pull the information from that contact and then use it in an automation of my choosing. So I can go in here and select, so it's going to get the contact. And then the next thing that I want to do is use Pipedrive. So I'm going to search for the Pipedrive app. And then we're going to click Create a Deal and select the account that we're going to do this in. And then from here, we click continue. And now it's going to ask, what do you want this to be called? So what I like doing is we can actually take the contact information and structure it. In my opinion, I like to do last name, then first. So we can do the name of the contact. So we'll search for first name. Whoops, I said last name, so it did first. So last name would here would be Webb. And then we'll put a space, hit that plus button again. Then we're going to get first name. And then from here, we'll click whatever. I mean, you could put in the project type, or maybe we do, let's do the username actually. Does it have the user? So the owner. So this is the owner ID of the deal. So we could use Chris Kiefer, data owner name. So we're going to do this one here. And this would be like the name of the rep that's selling this. And then you could also put in the date. So I'm going to actually go back one step, and we can do actually, does it let me format this? So if I do format, so there we go. I can put the date right in there as well. So it says Webb, Gabriel, the name of the estimator, and then the date. And that's all going to be standard, structured in the way that I want, so that every time a deal is created, it's nice and organized like that. Right out of the gate, I'm going to have the deal value be 0. Who do you want this to be assigned to? So you could have it be assigned to, if I select it can choose someone to assign it to every time, or I can click map data, and then I can use from the attributes of the previous step. So I could do select map data and showing. So I'm just going to select Chris Kiefer, and then this is the ID of the person the deal is associated with. So I want to have it be associated with this previous step. So we're going to click see sample data. Got to pull in the data so we can use it in this step here. And then I go back to here. It should allow me, there we go. So now we can see the previous person, and we can select the data of the contextual contact. So it says the ID of the person, which means we want to get this. So that's the ID of this particular contact. And then we don't need to worry about that. The deal stage, we would have it just drop into the qualified, and then the status would just be that it's open. And now all this other stuff here. So this is where I was saying the project contact email, we can just take the email from the contact that we're looking at. So I can drop this in. And same thing for the phone, just take the phone number. And for the last name, search for last, and the first name, and the zip, and the state, and the city, and then the address. All right. So what I just did here, effectively, we'll go ahead and test this. And it says test was successful. And now I'm going to go in. We're just going to leave this as is so we can go make sure that it's doing what we want it to do. I click publish. It's going to publish that. So then I can minimize this window here. So I can just click close. And now check this out. So we already made one here because of that test that we just ran. So I'm going to delete this deal. And then we're going to go back and make a new one. So literally, this is the part that's so awesome. You can go from this contact here. Oops, click the contact. And if I'm making a new deal, I click this button, and you can see over here in the corner, it's getting the person creating the deal. It's running, and it'll tell you when it's complete. And boom, here's the new deal. And you go in here, and all the contact information from that contact is now in here. And it took, a matter of seconds. And then the thing that's the really cool about this is like, think about like what else would you need or would be useful to automate in this situation. From this, I can right click here and edit the feature. So I can come in here and do things like text somebody or email the administrator, email the customer confirmation. All those things are possible directly inside of Ply. So I can come in here and just click this plus button and look at all the other apps that you can immediately write to. You could drop a Slack message in to your Slack channel that says, hey, we created a new deal. And again, don't think about just this particular use case, but like what are the things that you would want to do in addition to this? Maybe you want to set up a new estimate in your estimating software. So you have your deal, but whether it's Paint Scout or some other estimate tool, you could line up these things to have that happen as well. But I would say, again, the most beneficial thing, in my opinion, is the standardization of your data. So if I'm going to go back to Pipedrive here. But you can imagine, like, when I'm looking at deals in this list view, all these deals that just say deal with so-and-so, imagine if you had from all these that we could create. If I go into the contacts here, I could open up several of these contacts, and in a matter of a few seconds, it will look as though there's a button natively inside of Pipedrive. So I can click this button, it's going to run, get the person, create the deal. Same thing here. I can create one for Brenda. Oh, I created one twice for her on accident. One over here for Amy Johnston. We'll see that deal pop up. Ann Snyder. So anyways, you can see here, if I go back and look at these deals now, imagine just how much cleaner and standardized it would be to just have your deals named the particular way that you want every single time. And know that, again, inside all that contact information was automatically copied over. And now all you need to do is just make an edit. If it's not actually the associated contact, maybe it's the tenant or the landlord or vice versa. It could be one of those as well. But super cool tool. If this is valuable, like this video, comment down below. What else are you trying to automate? Do you have any other questions or ideas of things you could automate? Would love to get your feedback on what else you'd like to see. My name is Chris from Boolean, where we free you up to do what you love. Thanks so much for watching, guys.